conversate for a few.
So we're back doing this review.
Yeah, for sure. This is like second song, Story of OJ. Like I know y'all. Hopefully y'all stopped and listened to it when we did. But if not, you can keep up shit. First of all, the first thing I want to say is faux nigga. Like the fact that he named all of that and one of them was faux.
Yeah.
Like he used the word F-A-U-X actually, F-A-U-X to describe a type of nigga, like a faux nigga. Light nigga, dark nigga, faux nigga. Like really? This is the word you choose? Like wordplay, like that means a lot to me. And the other thing, if we're gonna stay on that, is on that, but not the way No ID used the vocals in the samples to speak for Jay-Z before Jay-Z really started talking. You know, like my skin is black. My skin is black. Then yellow. You know what I'm saying? In that joint, I mean, that's crazy. And the first thing you hear Jay say is, you know what I'm saying? Like
you follow the same sequence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark nigga light.
So that's him and No ID. That's production. That's music. That's hip hop music production. That's the intricate stuff that you don't. That makes you can feel all of it, but you might not have even heard that this is what they were doing.
Yeah, and great chemistry.
There you
Him
go.
and OID have great chemistry working together, which you can get a good producer together with a good artist. That don't necessarily mean when they get together in the lab they're going to come up with something dope.
If both of them people don't know how to check some version, some level of that ego, you're not going to get great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a level of respect that you could tell was going down during the making of this album, hands down. Because I mean, the ideas are clicking too well together for them to have come from one person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to be that open to somebody else's idea and have that become one with your idea means a lot. And that's the only way you're gonna get great albums. That's the only way you're gonna get great music.
And that's what I wanted to say. It's perfectly balanced.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Perfectly balanced album. Which we get albums where someone may be spitting, then the production is kind of off, or the arrangement of the song is off, or vice versa.
Or the order of the songs is
or the song, right? But this is balanced.
Yeah.
And that we'll talk about in another episode on what makes a classic a classic.
You know,
then and now.
Yeah, balance.
Because that's one of the aspects of it.
Yeah, definitely one of those things. I know you wanted to talk about that statement. One of the major statements he made on the album.
On
the album and the song itself.
Yeah, and I have to preface that with really any great person, musician, artist, like literal artist, or athlete, anything. Their greatness, it produces controversy.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of murmuring. And it's a lot of murmuring in the you know what I mean, on social network about in the second verse where he says y'all on the gram holding money to your ear. There's a disconnect. We don't call that money over here. Now the first person I saw which is really kind of weird because he's never had much to say weigh in, particularly with Jay-Z album and music, was Lil Boosie.
Yeah.
And he went, I mean, I don't know, it must have been like a damn 10-minute rant or something.
Yeah.
Talking about, I don't know how I go in New York, but down here, Louisiana and Alabama area, you don't tell us what to do.
Right. You ain't got no sway.
You don't have no sway, no influence. We not dick riding down here just because Jay say it is Bible.
He had like Southern niggas kept wearing jerseys and didn't start wearing button-ups. Like Southern niggas started wearing button-ups too, bro. Like,
right.
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah, holding true to he set the most trends.
Right.
He transitioned us from, well, not us, because we didn't have no platinum.
Right.
But he transitioned people from yellow gold to platinum
and back.
And back.
Yeah, and back.
You know what I mean?
But,
and to Crystal and all that. But some people thought it was talking about Meek Mill because he has a lot of pictures. Tons of pictures with money to his ear.
Yeah.
And so Nicki Minaj, of course, we know the background on that. Their controversy, their breakup, but she used that as a shot towards him.
Yeah.
And posted, posted something on Instagram, and of course he responded back. So it's a beautiful album because it's causing so much mixed feelings and controversy.
Yeah, Future responded to it.
Future responded.
Jay-Z and not Jay-Z, but 50 and Floyd.
50 and Floyd. He just posted a picture of him and Floyd holding the stack of money, saying don't forget that we the original. Yeah. We the originators of the whole money phone.
The money phone is what I guess. Yeah, the disconnected money phone is what I. But we'll have pictures to a lot of this stuff if we can find all of it in the bios and the links, so you can see the stuff that we talking about if you haven't seen it already. But my point to that right there, what you just brought up, bro, is something that my moms and used to say back in the day: a hit dog will holler.
Right.
If you throw a rock and you hit a dog, I guarantee you,
the one that got hit.
The one that got hit. So you hear all these boys hollering about having money phones and how Jay don't have necessarily the juice to tell them not to use a money phone. If it didn't bother you that if you thought it was fine to use a money phone in the first place, if you didn't think you was a lame when somebody called you a lame for doing it, you wouldn't have a response to it.
Right, no response.
It wouldn't mean shit if somebody told me that what I was doing was lame if I knew it was cool as hell.
Right. I wouldn't even if I was doing that.
Right.
That mean I'm cool with it.
Right.
I think it's okay.
I think it's okay.
I don't care what you say.
Right.
That ain't gonna change.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
So, but the whole irony of it all is they're saying that he don't got the power, the influence to tell somebody to stop doing. He never once, and that's how people not listening to the music. Yep. Listen to the words. He never said, "Don't do this," or "You shouldn't do this."
We don't call that money.
He was saying, we don't call that money.
Right.
And we don't do that.
Right.
You don't have no pictures of him doing that. And there's a bigger point to this too. Is because if you haven't heard the album, when you listen to it, you'll hear him talk about, showing guns you never going to use and stuff like that. Remember, Soulja online with the gun, didn't get arrested.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Then he talks about people telling on themselves, you're doing too much. And to be honest, it's kind of, I don't know if he meant it to be this, but like an indirect warning. Like, if you really trapping,
then stop.
Then you don't need to be on the Instagram holding no damn money, because you don't even can't account for where that money came from.
Right. You're going to prison, bro.
You're right.
Yeah, you're going to prison, bro. Like,
Straight
cut
up.
it out. Like, he mentioned something about that on an album, a previous album. I don't know exact line, but it was, I wanted pictures. When I was moving grams, it wasn't about the pictures. Something to that effect.
Yes.
And lines before. So it ain't like this is the first time he trying to warn young boys. And women, as a matter of fact. But digital, I'm gonna get on my soapbox, man. Like, digital responsibility is important, and we are lacking that. You know what I mean? Like, we get on the internet and act like what you put on there ain't gonna be on there forever.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody else seeing it. Like, who are you really showing off for? We all show off a little bit. We all like that dopamine when we see a like or something on our pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's common. But damn, nigga, like, fall back. Why you got $20,000 upside your head?
You're doing too much.
And you know what I'm saying? Why is your money laid out on the bed? You know what I mean?
Why
are you taking
pictures
of money? Why are you fluffing money like pillows? Who's doing that?
But if you was really getting it like that, you don't have time to lay out $20,000 in stacks on your bed, then back up with get the lighting right, to take a picture. That's really kind of corny.
Yeah, that's very corny. That's
like,
take pictures of your business cards and put them bitches online.
Right.
Do that. Do that. Do something. But, we talking. This story of OJ got us talking.
And I want to talk about the very first line.
Yeah, we ain't got past the line like talking about.
OJ be like, I ain't black, I'm OJ. Okay. Like,
good luck with that.
Good luck, because they showed you that you are black.
Yeah. What was that story you was telling me about the minister and
Oh yeah, this is dope because it tie in, of course, to the whole end of the hook when he says "still nigga." But the minister Farrakhan, he was in a he was doing a lecture, but he mentioned how him and Muhammad Ali, who he has a close relationship or had a close relationship with, he went to visit him one time, and he was talking to Muhammad Ali about, you know, his accomplishments and all the great things he's done.
Yeah.
And Ali, you know, shook his head and said, "Still a nigga, Farrakhan." and then he was like, he told him, "Oh, Ali, don't talk like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you done this, that, and that, you know what I mean?" And then he was telling him, he said it again, you know, still a nigga.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying, I can't say whether Jay heard that speech of the minister before,
Right.
tell that story before, but the way he kind of says it, still a nigga at the end of the hook is
still
like
a
he
nigga.
is aware of it,
Right.
of that story being
it
told.
definitely took you there.
Right.
Yeah.
Immediately when I heard it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I heard this
For
this
sure.
line before. And so, but it tells us of a mindset. So Jay is, this whole song and the video makes a statement.
Yeah.
But he is talking about how, regardless to the height that you ascend to in this world, and we know the history of America, all of that. Unfortunately, some, if not most, still look at you as a nigga,
As a
regard
nigga.
whether you got $1 or you got 100 million.
And in all honesty, if you push most of them far enough, you can force.
You can force it out of them.
You can bring it. You can pull it out of them.
Right.
It's there. I mean, and it ain't they fault that it's there, but it's there. You spoke to the visual. It's funny that we were in the beginning of this. We were talking about singles and how this don't really have one. But if it's gonna have a historically what would be considered a single,
It would be this.
The story of OJ is the single, right?
Which is unheard of in rap to have
Unheard
a
of.
song like this
Right.
as a
As a
single
single.
that's extremely,
in this day and time.
in this day and time,
It's ridiculous.
that is extremely controversial,
Yeah.
especially with the heightened sensitivity over statements.
Yeah,
you know, and he's gotten. He is funny because he's gotten, you know, some clap back from a few different arenas. Because when he mentioned, do you want to know how Jews own all the property?
Yeah.
They already got an article out immediately.
Like he's
ADL is
anti-Semite.
on it.
Yeah,
he's
like-
an anti-Semite.
Because we said y'all got good credit
Right. That's good. That's saying you got good cooperative
Right.
economics
In your
ethnic
community.
group,
We're
in your
trying to
community,
learn
and we
from you.
should duplicate that.
Right, we should emulate. that.
Right.
Yeah, aspire to.
Right.
But that's insane. It struck me that before the album dropped, maybe a month, all we got were snippets and song snippets and visual snippets. And the first visual we get for this album is Jay-Z appropriated his Sambo.
It's called J-Bo in the video. Yeah.
Walking through, showing us, you know, like
Starting out he's walking on Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
Matter of fact.
yeah, like if that speaks to what we looking at on this album. This is art, like it's high
Real
art too.
It's dealing with multiple
levels.
levels and multiple issues that is going on in the world. It touches on everything, and that's what true art really does.
And it's art in several mediums too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So it's broad in every direction. It is. And then he speaks to being, they say I'm bougie on the album. Like, that's true. People say Jay too bougie, but that's the supreme crabs in a barrel mentality, because you don't know no artist going to the club buying bottom shelf alcohol. You know what I'm saying? You don't see nobody going out trying to get the cheapest clothes. You know what I mean? Like, people don't go
if
buy.
you got the money,
Right,
you're not going to get the cheapest.
Right, people don't go buy the least inexpensive car on purpose. Like, that's not what you hear. But when somebody telling you, I'm gonna go get some art, you know,
Right.
I'm gonna go get art instead of going to get the most expensive
Right.
car.
And it's beautiful because he was like, you know, you call it bougie, but he said, but I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. Right.
For $9.99.
$9.99.
Like,
So he's trying to actually, which is funny, which we don't have a lot of, is good examples in
That's what
terms
he's
of
trying to
money.
say. Right,
In terms of how to deal with your
right,
finances.
right.
So he's saying, I'm trying to show y'all how to intelligently invest your money so you have something to secure yourself, your family, and pass on. So he said I bought a picture, and I love the way he do it. Everything Jay do, he do with mad swag.
Yeah. That's
Mad
good.
style.
Yeah, mad
But
style.
he's like, I bought I bought a painting. That shit was
$2 million. 1 year later, it's worth $4 million.
8 million. I can't wait to pass this to my children. See, he's showing us intelligent thinking.
Yeah.
How we should be moving.
Yeah, and he's also saying, don't put me in the same category as your Bill Cosby's and your Al Sharptons because my message has grown up. Don't stick me out there because that's what they're gonna try to do.
Yep,
you see what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna try to do.
yep.
Alienate the man, like stick him out there because his message has grown up. But instead of listening to him, you know what I mean? Like somebody gonna have to. I mean, it's enough of us that's trying to listen because we plan on having this bread by the end of, by this time
Right.
next year.
Got
so
to, man.
and it's not
Got
due
to.
not the. And it's funny, like I was about to say, it's not due to Jay-Z, like because as a man, you don't want another man telling you how to run your business. So I understand why these niggas is balking
Right.
at Jay-Z.
Yeah.
But you gotta be able to, you gotta have enough, you gotta be humble enough to look to a
Right.
person beside you and be like, yo, this man's doing
Yeah.
well.
But yeah, you
how
got
do
to.
how do I get there?
Right. And the only person that can tell you how to get there is someone that has done it and is there.
There you go.
So you have to learn everyone. I mean,
Yeah.
humility is an acquired, attribute.
Yeah, it
Because it's just not something that comes naturally. But it can be very beneficial
Yeah.
once you acquire or even try to work on it. Because if not, you'll miss out.
Yeah.
And people are saying, man, and I've seen this. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people posted videos saying, man, I've been telling people you need to buy up the hood, buy property.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden Jay-Z say, that may be true. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. If you really want people to do that thing you were saying, then you would be happy, Jay, saying it,
That's right.
because he's reaching a broader audience
right.
and he has a bigger
Right.
platform.
What he's doing is even if you want to look at it as on the same level as what you're doing. If you took a nail and you couldn't drive it all the way in, then he came behind you and he hit it again. You should be happy that message came again. It just so
True,
happened as Jay-Z,
true.
so he didn't use a hammer, he used a sledgehammer and drove that bitch home. That's what they mad about.
Yeah.
The fact
Yeah,
that
he
they
batting
couldn't-
clean up.
There you go. I can't drive the message home and another person came and
Yeah,
did,
and
so I got to be salty.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Yeah, it's
bro.
crazy. You should just but here is the
But that's
the
bad.
paradox of that is that. But then you get upset in the past when he wasn't
doesn't
saying this
say it.
stuff,
Yeah,
right?
he doesn't
Why
say
isn't he
it.
talking about this? Why isn't now he says it and it's more impactful than when you said it?
Right.
Now you upset.
Yeah.
So now you're dealing with two things:
Mm-hmm.
lack of humility and jealousy.
And then jealousy. All of which he knew was coming.
Yes. And that's why the album is perfectly orchestrated and set up and put out like it was done. He noticed he's, as we talked about, exercising one of the 48 laws of power.
Yeah.
He's absent. Make
Absent.
yourself
Yeah.
unavailable, unseen.
Boom.
So he dropped the album. Everybody's all
Conversation for
stirred
a
up.
few.
He's just sitting back. He hasn't done an interview yet, said nothing.
Chilling.
But he went platinum.
Yeah. And that's
So
okay.
while you talking, he went platinum.
Hey, that's a smart man. If anybody else has any understanding as to I personally knew he was going platinum the day it came out, because if he made a deal with Samsung to go platinum immediately because they had to buy a certain amount of albums.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way in the world he's making the next deal with Sprint without that clause in that contract. Mm-hmm. So he had sold a certain amount of albums before he even dropped a certain amount of albums. You know what I mean? So now everything that the public does is to the good.
Yeah. It's like the icing on the cake. So when he dropped, so next week when the hard copy come out with
When
the
I-
2 extra songs,
Yeah, when
on
I go
it,
get my hard copy.
right?
Yeah.
Me too,
Yeah.
and you should too.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to our, listen to our podcast, you must be a music lover.
You must be a
so
music
you gotta
lover,
cop it.
You should probably get one. Don't open one of them.
Yeah,
The one you don't open, send to my house.
But one last thing I want to talk about on this is that leading line where he says, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Yeah.
It really is, that line is applicable. What the point he's trying to get across is applicable to other people who've made statements like that.
Right.
Bow Wow,
Lil Wayne. Yeah.
Stacey Dash,
Yeah.
and Raven Simone.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't black.
Tiger
You
Woods.
everything, Tiger Woods, you everything except that until they show you
Until they show you black.
you black.
Yeah.
Still
Tiger
nigga.
Still nigga. That's
And
real.
Tiger just got, shown up again.
And they gonna
a
keep
few weeks
getting him
ago.
until they realize he's a nigga. He won't learn. He hard headed.
Yeah.
But hey, some people learn the hard way.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a few of them that listen to this song that didn't understand what he meant by there being a disconnect. Is gonna learn the hard way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing.
Dope album, but and the beat is so crazy. Well, we don't even. I mean, that goes without saying. Every track is fire.
Yeah.
But this joint is so smooth in the way the sample is chopped, like, and then he comes in and basically echoes with the sample.
Yeah, that Nina
Black
Simone.
skin, dark skin, light skin, etc. I mean, it's insane, and it's just something. If you listen to that track and you not bobbing your head, tapping your foot,
how not? It's just.
You don't have no rhythm.
It skips. I don't even know how to explain what No ID is doing. He's taking, like, sonically, it's got everything from jazz to the knock from hip hop to 808s to snatch that double more than, you know what I mean? Like this song, like how he smashed all these different ways of thinking about hip hop together to create a cohesive sound. Like he did it throughout the album, but this song to me is this song on the album is the first time you hear like the depth of what No ID is gonna do on the rest of the album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is the first inclination of what No ID is about to get into, because he gets into it on this album. You know what I mean? And so does Jay. But this is I think the first song, Kill Jay-Z, is Jay-Z setting up what he gonna get into in the album. The second song, musically, is No ID letting you know what he getting ready to go do. Because the way he chopped and played them Nina Simone samples, like who plays samples like that? Like who's doing that?
You're not gonna hear that done like that anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
And we haven't heard that before.
And when you do hear it somewhere else, you'll know where it came from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna try it.
And I'm gonna try to get on the track.
I'm gonna try. You know me, personally, I got to try. If I hear there's something new, I'm not gonna steal your style, but I want to know how you did it. I want to understand what that felt like. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it.
Which makes sense.
You know, just like your rhyme style. If you write a verse, I'm gonna see what that's like, what that feel like on the pen. I'm gonna see what that's like. I'm not gonna use it. Maybe, but you know what I mean. But I'm not rapping at all, and I'm 42, so you don't expect to hear me rapping. Wink.
Young Guns.
Yeah, you wild. All right. So, do you think we did enough for OJ? Or
yeah, I think OJ. Yeah, he know he black now. We can
OJ
move on.
know he black.
He know he black.
Yeah, OJ know he was black. Okay, he's a black.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do Smile next.
Oh.
We're gonna
big
song. Take a second to give y'all the name of the podcast real quick.
Conversate for a few.
Time to be free. Love who you love, because life isn't guaranteed. Smile.
Conversate for a few.